Welcome to my views and news. Two news stories for you. First one is from Voldia front, where we know that yesterday Amhara Fano militia members claimed that they had taken control of a strategic place to the west of Koborobit, to the west of Gobiye. Today, more pictures were shared by Profano news sources. How strategic is this place? Can we say that TDF's uh, prospects of taking control of Voldia have come to an end after this strategic place has come under Amhara Fano control? And secondly, viewers, UN General Assembly session was underway in New York, and foreign ministers, the president, prime minister from across the world were there to attend this session. If you remember, we were discussing that some key meetings would be held regarding Ethiopia, Tigray, Eritrea conflict. Mike Hammer visited Ethiopia, but he returned from Ethiopia and he was in New York as well, reportedly. Question is, was there any meeting between Mike Hammer and Tigray representatives? Tigray People Liberation Fund, Tigray regional government are represented abroad mostly by Birhane Gebre Christos and Fisiha Eskidom, especially Birhane Gebre Christos. Was there any meeting between Birhane Gebre Christos and Mike Hammer at on the sidelines of UN General Assembly session? Firstly, viewers, Voldia front, Wallo front, you can call it, because Voldia, Kobo Robert on the same front. Tigray forces, when they entered Wallo, they moved from Kobo, then Kobo Robert, and then Voldia. They managed to capture some places to the east of Voldia. They did not enter Voldia. They captured some places along Voldia, Gashina Road too, but then they were pushed back from these areas. Now, yesterday, East Amhara Fano fighters claimed that they had taken control of a place to the west of Gobiye, and that Gobiye was about to fall. We saw a video. Some viewers said the video was old, but today pictures were shared by East Amhara Fano fighters from this place. Belago, Kola Belago and Dega Belago. Reportedly, both Belagos have come under Fano control, under Amhara control. And today pictures were shared by Amhara government-backed news sources and pro-Fano news sources as well. Have a look at these pictures. These pictures are from Belago to the west of Gobiye, to the west of Kobo or Robit. So it means that Amhara Fano is consolidating its control of Belago. Tigray fighters have lost Belago. It's clear now, because yesterday we saw video, no pictures, and no counterclaim from Tigray forces so far. Where is Belago? You can see on this map to the west of Gobiye, Kobo Robit. Question is, what is the strategic significance of Belago? If you are in control of Belago, it means you can make a move towards Gobiye. And that is what is being planned by Fano fighters. They are claiming that if Fano remains in control of Belago, TDF will have to retreat from Gobiye. TDF will have to either remove Fano from Belago, or TDF will have to retreat from Gobi. Otherwise, TDF can be cut off. along this road, Gobiye, Kobo, Robert Road. So they are hoping, Fano fighters, they are hoping that the way they have consolidated their control of Belago, they will take control of Gobiye in coming hours. Though Gobiye is still under TDF control. When I'm recording this video, Gobiye is under TDF control. And yesterday we shared video clips of Tigray fighters from Gobiye. So Gobiye has not come under ENDF, Amhara, Fano control. But since Belago is under Amhara control, Fano control, that is why it would be increasingly difficult for TDF to remain in control of Gobiye. So in coming hours, we could see either an offensive by Tigray forces to take back Belago, or TDF will try to then move back towards Kobo, Robert. Of course, it wouldn't like to be cut off. If its fighters in Gobiye are cut off, their lives could be in danger. So in coming hours, things will be clear. But Fano-backed news sources are claiming that in coming hours, Fano factions will make a move towards Gobiye. Secondly, viewers, UN General Assembly session was held in New York. The session was attended by foreign ministers, the president, prime ministers from across the world. Before the start of this UN General Assembly session, we know that Mike Hammer visited Ethiopia. For around 2 weeks, he remained in Ethiopia. He stayed there and he succeeded in bringing Tigray and Ethiopian government representatives to the table. And they talked in Djibouti. Direct talks, though US was there, African Union was there, but talks failed. And we saw then resumption of fighting, though Tigray announced cessation of hostilities. Mike Hammer returned and then started UN General Assembly session. Some meetings were expected on the sidelines of UN General Assembly. It was being said that the meetings would play a key role in determining the future course of this conflict in northern Ethiopia. Was there any meeting between Mike Hammer and TPLF representatives? Who represents TPLF abroad? Berhane Gebrekristos mostly, and some others. Reportedly, in New York, no meeting was held between Mike Hammer and Berhane Gebrekristos. So either there was no meeting, or meeting was held but it was not made public. But what we have learned is that those who are in touch with the developments in New York, developments in Ethiopia, they're not confirming any meeting between Mike Hammer and Berhane Gebrekristos. And we have not seen any results of Mike Hammer's diplomatic engagements on the sidelines of UN General Assembly session. We know that Ethiopian delegation was there in New York, led by Demeke Mekonnen. Eritrean delegation was there. 2 meetings were held between Ethiopian delegation and China, Russia, Middle Eastern countries, Turkey as well. And we saw meetings between Eritrean delegation and Iranian delegation and Chinese, Russian delegation. So, meetings were held, but no direct meeting between Tigray representatives and Mike Hammer are being confirmed. Is Mike Hammer giving the cold shoulder to TPLF, or meetings were held but they're not being made public? Several questions. What is international community's role now? Does it have any role? Will it put pressure upon Ethiopian federal government? Is it supporting PM Abiy's government? several questions about which we have some information. Hopefully, in coming hours, we'll try to share the information with you in some consolidated video. So far, what we have learned is that no meeting between Mike Hammer and Berhane Christos in New York. Thank you for watching.